Hello everybody, it's Sports Guy Ron. I'm here with your Week 11 preview of the NFL this week. We got a lot of exciting games, 3 marquee matchups and other good matchups. This might be the best week of the season. So we're going to go first from Thursday night. We had New England. They were victorious over 27-14 over the New York Jets. Easy for me to say. Trevion Henderson had 3 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, 9 catches, 105 yards. Drake May, 25 of 34 for 281 and a touchdown. New England didn't turn the ball over. They only had 2 penalties for 20 yards. That's how you don't let a team that's inferior to you beat you. You don't give them turnovers. You don't give them extra possessions. And they were able to get a 13-point win. I predicted New England to win and to cover, which they did by half a point, so I got a win on those 2. Hopefully that's a good start for the week. In the first game, we have 9:30 a.m. It's in Madrid, Spain. We have Washington. They are 3-7, taking on Miami, 3-7. Miami's 2.5-point favorites. I'm taking Miami to win and to cover the spread. Dan Quinn, he took over calling the defenses in the last game. He's going to continue to do it, apparently. He does have his 2 starting cornerbacks out. He has Daron Payne out with a suspension, the defensive tackle, their best one left. You have Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane. Can they get big plays against those defensive backs, their secondary and everything? The Commanders are a bad defense right now, especially on the level of Cincinnati and Dallas when it comes to bad defenses, so we'll see about that. Miami run defense versus Bill Krosky-Merritt and Marcus Mariota, who's going to be starting. I'd say that's the only way Washington can really compete with Miami is if they can control the ball and take the ball off, take the clock down and keep it a lower scoring game, but I'm taking Miami to win and to cover. In the next game, we've got Green Bay. They are 7-point favorites. They are 5-3-1 at the Giants, 2-8. I'm taking Green Bay to win and to cover. I'm scared of this one, but I'm going to do it. We've got the interim coach, Mike Kafka, for the Giants. He's going against LaFleur for Green Bay. He's coached LaFleur. He really coached scared against Philadelphia on Monday night. And so, I think he's going to try to open it up a little bit. Jameis Winston starting at quarterback for the Giants. So I think maybe Green Bay is going to have to open it up. I think Jameis can move the ball a little bit for the Giants, a lot better than Russell Wilson could have. Can the Giants hold a lead if they get it? They've given up a lot of fourth quarter leads. They're not being able to run the clock out, letting teams come back on them. Let's see what they do. I'm picking Green Bay to win and to cover. In an AFC South matchup, we have Houston. They're 4-5. They are 5.5-point favorites at Tennessee, 1-8. I'm taking Houston to win and to cover on this one. Houston has the number 1 defense, and Tennessee has the number 32 offense. So it's a bad matchup for Tennessee, or any matchup's really bad for Tennessee right now. Davis Mills, can he hold on to the ball, not turn it over against Tennessee? I think that's the way that Tennessee can come up with a victory or even keep it close, is if they can get turnovers against Houston. If Davis Mills throws it away or they fumble, whatever. You got rookie quarterback Cam Ward going up against that Houston pass rush that's been really good. Will Anderson is playing in a Pro Bowl, no, not even Pro Bowl, all-pro level this year. Him and Myles Garrett have probably been the 2 best defensive ends. There's other good ones, obviously Max Crosby, etc. But I'd say those 2 have been the best so far in the AFC. We'll see about that. But I'm taking Houston to be able to win and to cover this game. In an NFC South matchup, we have Carolina 5-5 at Atlanta 3-6. Atlanta's favored at home by 3.5. I am taking Atlanta to win and to cover at home. I think Atlanta's going to want some home revenge. They did lose 30-0 at Carolina week 3. We got A.J. Terrell versus Tet McMillan, the rookie for Carolina, I think he's going to be able to shut him down. It doesn't leave a lot of weapons right now for Carolina unless they can run the ball. Can Atlanta's rush defense stop Rico Dowdle? That's a question, especially after Jonathan Taylor went crazy on them over there in Germany. So we'll see about that. But I'm picking Atlanta to win and to cover. In NFC North matchup, we got an interesting one. We have Chicago 6-3 at Minnesota 4-5. Minnesota is actually favored by 2.5 at home. I am taking Minnesota to win and to cover that. We have got J.J. McCarthy for Minnesota, the quarterback, versus Chicago's pass defense, who's given up the 5th most touchdown passes allowed. The Bears opportunistic. Can they, intercept McCarthy? Is he going to be throwing it around too much? Is he going to be careless with it? Can they turn those into points, the turnovers? I expect there to be a lot of points in this matchup. A lot of Chicago's road games, I think they've had 4. I think they've all gone over the spread. So I'm expecting a lot of points. There's going to be throwing. There's going to be running. There's going to be offense. There'll probably be turnovers, explosive plays. We'll see. I'm going to take Minnesota to be able to cover that 2.5. Very interesting matchup at the bottom of the playoff race in the AFC. We have the Chargers 7-3. LA is at Jacksonville 5-4. Jacksonville is actually favored by 3. I'm going to take the Chargers to win and to cover that. I just think they're the better team, so I'm going to take them. You got Los Angeles' pass defense versus Trevor Lawrence. They're number 1 in passing touchdowns allowed. They've got 9 interceptions on their defense. The only question that I have about this game really is, can they protect Justin Herbert? Can that change the game? You would think Jacksonville is going to be able to control the line of scrimmage, but we'll see. I'm going to take LA to win and to cover. We've got the next game, a very exciting game. It's not even at the top of the list this week, but it's a great game. We have Tampa Bay 6-3 going into Buffalo 6-3. Buffalo's a 5.5 point favorite. I'm taking Buffalo to win, but I am taking Tampa Bay to cover the 5.5. You've got Bucky Irving, you've got Chris Godwin, and you've got Mike Evans still out for Tampa. Tampa Bay 6 straight against the spread after a loss. So the stats say they're going to keep the game close after a loss. And we got banged up Bills defense versus the banged up skilled players of the Buccaneers. I don't know who's going to win that. I mean, you still got guys on Tampa that I think can make plays, and Baker will keep it close, but I think Josh Allen will just pull it out at the end. So I'm going to take them to win, even though I don't think that they're going to cover. I think Buffalo will win. Okay, so let's go to board number 2. Okay, for board number 2, we have the last 1 o'clock game. We have Cincinnati in an AFC North matchup at Pittsburgh. 3-6 at 5-4. Pittsburgh is favored by 5.5 points. I'm taking Pittsburgh to win and to cover. This is a Pittsburgh revenge game for that Thursday night when Flacco just kept scoring on Pittsburgh and was able to come up with a victory. Can Aaron Rodgers bounce back? He had a pretty poor game last week at Pittsburgh on offense against the Chargers. I think Cincinnati's defense is the perfect elixir for that they're going to be able to go in and play Cincinnati and be able to move the ball. Cincinnati's season is on the line. They're 3-6. They're 2 games behind Pittsburgh. If they lose, they'll fall 3 games behind them and fall behind both Pittsburgh and Baltimore likely. So this is Cincinnati's season. I just don't think they have enough. I think Pittsburgh, with the revenge factor, they're going to win, and they're going to cover 5.5. In the other AFC North matchup, we have Baltimore 4-5, are on a winning streak of 3. They're 7.5 point favorites at Cleveland, 2-7. I'm taking Baltimore to win and to cover. Cleveland's 3-2 versus Baltimore at home with Kevin Stefanski as head coach. We have the bad Cleveland offense versus an inconsistent but improved Baltimore defense. We have Lamar Jackson at less than 100%. We have Derrick Henry, who usually has a hard time running against Cleveland's defense, just like most teams do, especially at Cleveland. A lot of signs saying to take Cleveland with the points, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take Baltimore. I can't take Cleveland right now with their quarterback situation. I mean, if Joe Flacco was around, I would take Cleveland in this, or even Jameis Winston from last year. You saw what he did against Baltimore. If you remember correctly, he threw it long past late in that game and brought him back to win. But not with these quarterbacks. Just not going to happen, so I'm taking Baltimore. Okay, that's the first 4 o'clock game. The next two are NFC West matchups. We have San Francisco 6-4 at Arizona 3-6. I'm taking San Francisco to win and to cover the 3-point spread. You've got Trey McBride versus the 49ers backup linebackers. That's a very good matchup for Arizona. Arizona is also 9-2 in their last 11 against the spread. But I'm taking San Francisco because they need to keep pace with whoever wins the Seattle and the Rams game. They have Brock Purdy likely back. Marvin Harrison is out with an appendix. I think he had a appendectomy that he's going to be out for a couple of weeks, it sounded like. So for Arizona, so I'm taking San Francisco, and I'm going to lay the points. Big matchup of the week. Another one, we have Seattle 7-2 at the LA Rams 7-2. The Rams are favored by 3. I'm going to take LA to win and to cover, even though I did predict at the beginning of the season Seattle to win the division. I have to be honest right now, at LA is a tough place to win, even though San Francisco did it earlier. I think they're going to be ready for this game. It's a battle for first place. Seattle is on the road 4-0, straight up and against the spread. You've got Jackson Smith and Jigba leading the NFL in receiving yards. Lots of reasons to take Seattle. I just think that their defensive line is going to control the game. Against Seattle's offensive line, Seattle's center is out, so you've got a backup center in. And this time of the year, I think that's a big deal. The center is a very important part of the offensive line, and I think Seattle is just going to fall short against the Rams. The Rams are going to make enough play. Matthew Stafford is playing better than almost anybody, probably anybody, so I'm going to take them, and I'm going to lay the points and take the Rams. In the next game, we have an AFC West matchup. We have Kansas City. They are 3.5-point favorites at Denver. I'm going to take Kansas City to win and to cover against Denver. Chiefs are coming off a bye. That's usually a very good recipe for the Chiefs. They play really well with Andy Reid coming off a bye. J.K. Dobbins, it looks like he's going to have surgery on his foot. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. That means P.J. Harvey, the rookie, is or is it R.J. Harvey? Well, it's one of those Harveys. He's going to be taking over a lot of the slack there. Patrick Surtain, that's a big loss. He's going to be out. We've got Denver's very tough D-line versus Kansas City's O-line. The pressure is key to defeating Patrick Mahomes. If they can continuously get pressure on him, they can keep this game close. They can win this game. But with the way Denver's been playing lately and the way Kansas City's been playing, I'm thinking Kansas City to win this pivotal matchup in the AFC West. We have a Sunday night game. We have Detroit 6-3 at Philadelphia 7-2. Another great matchup this week. I'm taking Philadelphia to win and to cover the 2.5 points. Sam Laporta's out. You've got Terrion Arnold out. You've got Kirby Joseph out. Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker are questionable on the offensive line. All those for Detroit. Although Detroit is 13-3 in primetime games under Dan Campbell. So, I mean, that says to take Detroit. But with all them injuries at Philadelphia, I don't know. I just think, we have a coaching matchup here. The styles. You know, Dan Campbell's going to be aggressive. Usually Sirianni is aggressive. I don't know what that was against Green Bay last week. I think this is going to be a real tough, rugged game, but I think Philadelphia is going to pull it out. In the Monday night game, we have the Dallas Cowboys. They are 3-5-1. They are 3.5-point favorites at Las Vegas, 2-7. I'm picking Dallas to win and to cover. Dallas, for them, is the first game since Marshawn Kneeland's death. I did want to say, remember, if anybody out there is having mental issues, if they're having a crisis in their life, if they're thinking of doing something that they shouldn't do to themselves or to someone else, the hotline is 988. That's what you should do. Don't act on it. Talk to someone. It's not weakness to talk to somebody about your struggles. It takes a strong person to admit that they're having a hard time and to say something to somebody and to ask for help. So I hope you do that. If I could reach one person, or if anybody could, that would be worth it. And so just wanted to give that information out there. We got as far as the game goes, we have Las Vegas, their offense versus the porous, bad Dallas defense. Is that going to be enough to be able to keep Vegas in the game? I just think Dallas is going to be able to outscore Dallas's offense. Geno's been up and down this year, so I'm going to take Dallas to win and to cover. We have Indianapolis 8-2 and New Orleans 2-8 on byes this week. This is an exciting week of football. Lots of matchups in division, lots of big matchups at the top of the playoff races that can make the big decisions on the week. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. If you got a lot of information from this video or anything, I appreciate it if you gave it a like, maybe subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And with that, have a good weekend.